The depth of the silent river. The morning sun had only just begun to rise from behind the mountains when the jungle slowly awakened. Birds flew out of their nests. The deer wandered off in search of fresh water. A cool breeze whispered through the leaves, filling the forest with the peaceful sounds of a new day. Flowing through the heart of the jungle was a great river. What made it remarkable was its silence. Its waters never crashed violently against the rocks. It never roared to display its strength. It simply flowed quietly. Yet every creature in the jungle knew one thing: no one could truly measure its depth. Near the river lived a young monkey named Chanchal. He was loud, playful, and restless. He spent his days swinging from branch to branch, imitating other animals and constantly boasting about himself. He often declared, "I'm the one who talks the most, is always the smartest." One day he laughed as he looked at the river. "What a strange river! It's enormous, yet it never shows its power. If I were the river, I'd raise waves so huge that the entire jungle would admire me." Perched on a nearby branch, an old owl had been listening quietly. He glided down beside the monkey and said, "My son, those who are truly powerful never feel the need to prove their strength." The monkey burst into laughter. "You're old, that's why you think like that." The owl simply replied, "Time will teach you." A few days later, heavy rains poured over the mountains. The small streams throughout the jungle began rushing wildly. They roared as they crashed against rocks, making as much noise as they could. Excited, Chanchal shouted, "See, this is what real power looks like. The louder you are, the greater you must be." Yet the great river continued flowing peacefully, without a sound. That evening, a young fawn came to the river to drink. Suddenly, its foot slipped. It fell into the water. The monkey panicked. "Help! Somebody help!" The noisy streams continued roaring, but none of them could save a life. Just then, an old elephant arrived. He, without hesitation, calmly stepped into the river. He understood its depth. He understood its current. Slowly and carefully, he moved forward. Stretching out his trunk, he gently caught the frightened fawn and carried it safely back to the shore. The fawn's mother burst into tears of relief. The entire jungle gathered to thank the elephant. The monkey stood silently watching everything. That night, he sat alone beside the river. For the first time in his life, he said nothing. The old owl landed quietly beside him. "Why are you so quiet today?" The monkey answered softly, "I've been thinking. The ones making the most noise couldn't help anyone, but the one who remained silent was the one carrying the strength to save a life." The owl smiled. "My son, shallow waters make the loudest noise, but deep rivers flow in silence. The same is true of people. Those with little knowledge spend their lives trying to prove themselves, but those who possess true wisdom, strong character, and deep understanding are recognized by their actions, not by their voices." For the first time, the monkey lowered his head. He gazed at the river. It no longer looked like flowing water. It looked like a teacher, teaching one of life's greatest lessons. From that day forward, Chanchal changed. He listened more carefully, he spoke less, he thought more deeply. And whenever a young animal began boasting about itself, the monkey would simply point toward the river and say, "If you truly want to become great, be like the river. Remain humble, remain quiet, but become so deep that your character speaks louder than your words." From that day on, the animals of the jungle learned a lesson they never forgot. A loud voice is never proof of greatness. True greatness is found in quiet character, deep wisdom, and meaningful actions. Moral: the people who leave the greatest impact on the world are often those who speak less and do more. Empty vessels make the loudest noise, but those that are truly full remain quiet. Always remember, the depth of a silent river is not measured by its noise, but by its vastness and the life it gives. In the same way, a person's true worth is not revealed by their words, but by their character, patience, and actions.